Hi everyone, I'm Ivan Cutolo, founder of Digital Growth, a web agency based in Italy, precisely in Naples, Milan and Florence. Today, I want to talk to you about how from a situation of confusion, we can come to a situation of conversion. So how to make conversions on your website, and especially on your approach in the management of the company, and how to do it. Of course, talk to do. I start by telling you a little about who I am. In 2001, I created the first online shop of typography, certainly the first in Italy, and perhaps among the first in Europe. In 2009, I decided to apply everything I learned in the field of e-commerce and to apply it to a very vertical web agency to SEO, focused on search engine positioning activities. This was possible thanks to the experience made with the online print shop that has had a great success. In 2020, my book, SEO per e-commerce, comes out in Italian. In addition, in 2020, Digital Growth was also born. The current company is an agency no longer vertical on SEO, but working in the whole field of marketing for e-commerce and development for e-commerce. We are partners of Odoo, PrestaShop, Google, Shopify, and BigCommerce. After this brief introduction, let me explain what I want to talk about today. Today I want to talk about the secret of happiness. What is the secret of happiness? In your opinion, tell me, what makes you happy? Want to try? Odoo, it's happening. It's possible, yes. Another? Nothing? We try to explain. Money? Probably yes. Certainly helps to be happier, but I don't think that's the real secret of happiness is money. Another solution is the fame. Being famous, being able to go on TV, being on stage like I'm today. I'm not famous, but being on stage can be satisfying. Become an actor, a footballer. Who wants to become a footballer? You like footballer? No? No. Joking aside, another thing that can surely make you party happy is becoming famous. But again, I don't think it's something that really makes you happy is the long run. Love. Love is something that can make you happy. It can make you feel good. Love is life. It's soul. It's family. It's something that definitely does well if you have a good feeling with your partner. So love is one of the things that can make you happy. Yet, what is the real motivation that makes us happy? It's real just one, only one. Drink. It's sure. No, seriously. Drinking is not the solution. It's not beer that makes us happy, even if it makes us cheerful. In my opinion, the real time to being really happy is time. If we have more time, we can definitely be happy. Time allows us to do everything. Having money and not being able to spend it is lovely to use. Having health and not enjoying the outdoors is of little use. Having love and spending all day being famous around the world without your partner, without your family, serves little and doesn't make you happy. So today, we try to understand how Odoo can give us the happiness, which is how Odoo can give us the time to do what we love and just work. More quality time, thanks to Odoo. Why it is possible? It's possible. Let's try to understand together. Odoo is a platform made of numerous apps that are able to manage all flows. Among the most used apps we can find: warehouse, accounting, HR, sales, and production. The best thing is that you have everything in one software. Everything is connected and synchronized. Every operation could be linked to dozens of them, then you can trace all the information easily. with just a few clicks. In conclusion, we talk about collaboration software, multitasking, thousands of apps, of apps, even if maybe they are a little less. But the future that Odoo has equals thousands of external apps. We start with setup and strategies. What is the first process? The first process is to make an analysis of business processes. The first thing we did in the case of the client is this. We analyzed the business processes, try to understand, try to understand, thank you. It's okay. Try to understand what were the biggest problems that the company had to face and how to help it by trying to outline and right strategies to implement. In small steps, the whole process of business improvement and technological innovation. The first thing we had to teach the company and its employees was not to procrastinate. The company name is Evocasa, an Italy company. Actually, one of the biggest problems of today is that we try to postpone what we don't like to do. We try to do it at the last minute, and in the end, we are forced to do it with very tight time. In these cases, the risk of doing it badly, it's very high. The first goal is to make the team understand that they shouldn't delay tasks. You have to be able to understand and change a point of view. We are used to being stressed, under pressure, always in a hurry, but often it depends on a bad organization of time. It's the timing that makes us stressed out, the wrong timing that makes us run after things in the wrong way. And so we have to change the management mode, the stress point of view. We need to understand that stress is often the consequence of your wrong time management. Once we established these fundamental points, we come to an understanding of the problem. In this case, we are talking about Evocasa, a company of household goods, garden furniture, which therefore has a wide variety of product and also has 2 physical stores, both of about 2,500 square meters. The 2 stores don't communicate with each other. And in addition, one of these structures is 3 floors, and there is no communication even between one floor and the others. So non-communication led to a continual discharge of responsibility, where you couldn't tell we should do what. The company also has an e-commerce and sells on marketplace, but only channels are also disconnected. When we look at the problem, we try to future out what the right solution may be. In these situations, the first thing a person thinks from the outside is that you have to create something customized. Unfortunately, we understood that this would have penalized the company because it entered into a customization mechanism so complex that without an internal team dedicated to managing these processes, everything would have gone to hell. How can save the customer? The problem is the customer. With Odoo. Our proposal was Odoo, the tool that can solve all the problems in a single solution. Odoo is an integrated system that works throughout the installation of apps in a single ecosystem that allows you to manage flows of all kinds, from production to payment, invoicing, warehouse, help desk, customer care, social management. All the flows, or most of the flows that company needs. So the company on which we went to analyze the processes, evocasa.it. You can also go to see the website. actually had about 15 different software for business management. One for live chat, one for customer care, one for internal communication, one by mail, one by account, stock, all separated. Even the two physical stores had different software. Let's try to understand what were the first steps that led to the development of Odoo within the company. We started with help desk, that it's main technical assistance regarding the two store and e-commerce, because the requests were many. We had returns requests, problem with broken products or missing parts. About this, imagine a piece of furniture that by mistake has a missing piece. It means that you can't mount it. Since there were many requests for support, we immediately activate the help desk of Odoo, thus completing the first step. What did we do? We installed the ticketing app, and throughout this we created 3 macro teams. One team for warehouse, accounting, and department operators, and one for the call center. This way, everyone had a specific task. We have also optimized the arrival of tickets by means of according for the professional features. This way, everyone had a specific task. We have also optimized everything. In addition to the technical implementation, we had to a fully digitized on with tablets, laptop, and other technical, and other mobile device, sorry. It took us some time, but allowed us to improve the flow of information arrivals. And all the technical assist with a huge increase in response speed. Before we answered a request in 3 days. Today, we managed to get to a speed of 6 hours. So it's a real evolution for the team. The goal is to arrive at a response time of 2 hours, but we are working on small steps. As we talk about 18 people working within the stores, so it's not a trivial project. The second point we implemented is a customer review service. We gave the user the opportunity to judge the operator sections, which start to evaluate the service in order to be able to have a feedback for each employee. This reason wasn't to scold those who hadn't done a good job, but to understand together with the operator what were the problems for which they hadn't been able to solve a customer problem. All this was done to improve the flow because we often notice that most of the problems were related to the installation of the product because it lacked a flow that allowed us to give information about the assembly. Imagine a chair like those of IKEA that doesn't have the mounting sheet in it or that has incomprehensible instruction. It's therefore necessary to work on this type of information. Customers call the company for these reasons. For lack of information, and we realized it because it was there that had the most negative review. So what have we done with this information? We used it to your advantage, creating assembly tutorials for consumer products, where we show how the operator assembled the product. The videos allow users to understand the step, so display was completely different and easier from users' points of view. They could understand how to move independently and mount off the product. This has increased positive reviews and improved the work of the two stores, starting from the warehouse. We also activate the centralized warehouse in order to have clear ideas of what was in each warehouse. Because the warehouses are 3, one for each store and one for e-commerce. In this way, when an order arrives, you already know where the picking must be done, following the priorities, and with automatic warnings that indicate if a product needs to be replenished so you don't risk having insufficient stock for sales. What apps did we use? Helpdesk and project to divide the teams so they could communicate internal. Thanks to the internal chat of Odoo, within which we created channels so that, for example, warehouse workers could have their own group, us and WhatsApp, but all inside Odoo. So, throughout the channel, warehouse workers can write to each other for information, fast information. And the same goes for accounting and department. In this way, the teams, even if linked to different stores, can communicate with each other without leaving Odoo. After implementing the first step, what happened? He had a 95% improvement in customer satisfaction because having solved the problems explained before. The customer finally felt well attended and therefore, automatically. He was happy because he found what he wanted and consequently left positive reviews. All this turns in a better conversion rate. In fact, the rate increased by 15%, so satisfied customers turned into loyal customers. What are we currently managing for this client? All marketing processes, therefore included SEO, email marketing, social, lead generation, customer loyalty, and offline marketing, as we also manage the sale in physical store by organizing events such as the Christmas event. We managed to manage the whole process through Odoo. That is also used in interact with the customer and is stored for all marketing activities. So Odoo can be used, in this case, by both by our agency, which already uses it for internal management, and by the customer. We both communicate with Odoo thanks to the creation of a specific project, and so it also became easier for our customer to respond because he already knew the platform. Thanks to the training received to us. Today, the marketing project works if the whole process is connected and if all channels are integrated with an ERP like Odoo. Another interesting feature that we analyzed and that led to an improvement is the conversion rate, are the abandoned carts. One of the problems that afflict the e-commerce world is the abandoned cart. Here we joke, but the sense is just that I don't know if you know why you put a coin in the shopping cart. The coin was designed to solve the problem of the abandoned cart. How? It's only take 50 cents for the customer to go and put the cart back. Something that didn't always happen before, and it often happened, that the customer left it everywhere. That of the coin is the same leverage that we must implement for an abandoned cart on an e-commerce. You have to give that minimal input that is missing to the purchase. What does that mean? That something left the cart they had loaded with product because it had a block. That blockage actually depends on something. What can it be? The cost of shipping, or it may be they had a discount code, but it didn't work, and we have disappointed. Maybe it's the price. Throughout email marketing, you can try to incentivize these people, and that's what we did throughout Odoo. Oops. We linked the user's database in such a way that when he left the shopping cart and did not make the purchase, has received a first email that simply reminded him, after 1 hour, that he had not completed the purchase. If following the first email, the purchase was not yet made, A second mail was sent inside, which there was a discount code or the possibility of having free shipping. If even after receiving the second mail, the customer didn't buy, the customer ended up in a list of people who never finished the purchase. But we added product to the cart. How did we use the list? We created customized offer for them. We tried to put a very discounted price on products of the warehouse to dispone of and to understand if the customer was only interested in pricing. And we found that many of these bought thanks to the presence of these strong discounts. Even if the product was not the one they looked at for the first time, the idea of having a product at halved price attracted attention and generated conversions. So every possible customer of the site management to get a product at the right price for him and also for the merchant. We didn't make a special discount. We didn't make a discount list for those who didn't buy, but we diversified the product according to the possibility of purchase. I hope to enjoy you. Thank you. Sorry for my breaking. Thank you. Finish.
Thank you so much for your talk. While we're waiting for questions to appear in the pad, does anyone in the audience have a question?
It's okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.